Hello, everyone, and welcome to day number 10 of our 31 Nights of Horror. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about a real fucking party movie, Rocktober Blood, 1984.
Rocktober Blood, rated R.
When rising star Billy I. Harper goes on a murderous rampage in a recording studio, his girlfriend Lynn barely escapes, only to find herself haunted 2 years later by the aftermath of his blood-soaked spree. As Lynn tours with her band, people close to her start disappearing, and she's tormented by a mysterious figure in a Halloween mask. Is Billy back from the grave? It turns out it's even creepier. His twin brother John is seeking revenge for a life overshadowed by Billy's fame. From stalking to prop coffin stage traps, John turns Lynn's life and the band's big tour into a real-life rock horror show. Luckily, a timely guitar-armed security intervention saves the day, though the blood-soaked finale still leaves chills and a killer riff echoing in your ears. Equal parts slasher and rock and roll spectacle, Rocktober Blood proves the stage isn't the only place where screaming fans are in danger. Rocktober Blood was directed by Beverly Sebastian. I think it also stars him as well as Billy. This movie is really not that good. All right, just right off the bat. But I barely saw it probably like 2 years ago, and I kind of fell in love with this movie. And I will say the main aspect of this is the soundtrack. I believe it's performed by the band Sorcery. I would die to have this on some kind of streaming service or an actual physical copy of this soundtrack, which at this point it seems almost impossible to find, even if it even exists at all. The story itself is quite confusing, very convoluted, nonsensical stuff, which which I feel like adds to the charm a little bit because it's really trying really hard to make all these twists and turns that are just kind of they don't have much weight whenever they're revealed. And I think I was left confused, and I'm assuming, or I would imagine that most people would be confused just by the reveals going on. You're just like, twin brother, what's going on? But then all that confusion, all those plot holes in the story go away when we hear these rockin' ass songs. And I've been jamming the song, or the main song, I'm Back, at least a couple times a week since I've seen this film. And the only place to actually get a legit version of the song is like just playing it on YouTube. I really enjoy this film. I happen to come across finding a copy of it. It cost me a pretty penny. Normally, I wouldn't pay this much for a DVD, just a regular DVD, ever, for a movie that's really not that good. But I feel that the movie is saved entirely by this kick-ass soundtrack, and of course that ending spectacle on stage at the very end, whenever they're performing the songs, and they're just not performing like the song "I'm Back." "Killer on the Loose" is also a great song, very 80s, like so fucking 80s. I don't know how else to put it, but I love it, and I think it's so much fun. If you happen to have, I know this movie was actually streaming on Shudder for a time, which was crazy, and then it just stopped streaming on Shudder. This is why you should always get physical media. I don't know where else to see it. Someone has a digital copy of it or something, like lucky you, right? But I have a physical copy, so I'm happy about that. This one was just one I wanted to talk about. It's not something that, again, is not ready available for consumption. But if you happen to come across it, if you happen to see clips of it on YouTube, which you probably can see, it's probably on YouTube somewhere. I'm sure, like a really, really shitty VHS copy of it on YouTube. Anyways, rant over about Rocktober Blood. Again, not that many great things to say about this movie, other than the fact that it's just a terrible story. I love the music. I love the performances in this movie, and the killer himself, who plays John, the twin, just goes over the top. It's just over the top camp shit, and I love it. So if you can, or if you have, check out Rocktober Blood, and if you have, please leave a comment and tell me what you thought about it. But this is just 80s metal horror, like through and through. And we all know those aren't that good, but they're still enjoyable. Please like and subscribe or follow wherever you're at. Stay tuned for more 31 Nights of Horror here on CineQuest Video, and we'll see you next time.